15 years in the NBA, JJ Redick has a very high IQ for basketball, yes. But when I Googled, what Google showed me, his coaching experience is coaching his son's youth basketball team. And now you're the head coach of the Lakers. So, yes, as a fan, I'm scratching my head at upper management to how to get to this decision. Top of the top, episode 255, Stash House Podcast. Your boy Tyler checking in. First time listeners, thank y'all for tuning in. If you tune in, weekly salute. And this is just an episode, some topics you may want to hear about. Thank you for tuning in as well. Podcast available on all streaming platforms, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube. Type in Stash House Podcast, hit the subscribe button, like this video on YouTube, then tell a friend to tell another friend, check out this show. All love is greatly, greatly appreciated. Hope everyone had a safe week, safe weekend. Do the same this upcoming week. If you're doing vacations, if you're working, you're doing school, you're parenting, whatever. If you're balancing all at once, just enjoy the summertime as much as you can. Drink plenty of water. It's hot as hell still. Stay prayed up. Keep a little change in your pocket. Mind your own damn business. And I'm sure you will have a great summer. That's my advice to you. But once again, thank y'all for tuning in. There will be no episode next week. I'll be back the Tuesday after that. So just a heads up for next week, no episode. So this week, I'm going to talk more about the NBA. Now, I said I was going to wait till we get closer to the season, start later this year. But there's nothing else to really talk about. NBA free agency going crazy right now. We had the draft. And, of course, my Lakers all season. Always something to talk about with that. So that's why I'm going to start with my Lakers. Eventually, I got to talk about it. Why not now? So let's begin with the head coach, JJ Redick. A couple weeks ago, the Lakers officially announced JJ Redick as their head coach. 4-year deal, up to $8 million each year. Before JJ Redick hire, we was looking at UConn's Dan Hurley. I was excited about that. UConn head coach, they offered him 6 years, about $70 million. And I saw a chart, I want to say on ESPN or maybe on Twitter or somewhere, where basically he's either making close to that range now or he will make close to that range, if not more, once he renegotiates his contract with UConn. He's going for a three-peat as well at UConn. And the logistics and the optics of choosing the UConn coaching position was staying at UConn, I'll say, or the Lakers. Can't be mad at him for staying at UConn. I was surprised the Lakers went all the way with JJ Redick. Of course, there's certain things I want to discuss with that, but as a fan of the Lakers, not even just as a fan of the Lakers, just a fan of the NBA, I was like, whoa, you can make the argument, you can legit make the argument there were more coaches on the, I don't want to say the line, but it was plenty of coaches looking for job placements that the Lakers could at least brought in for an interview. The coach that just got let go of Cleveland, who I think he got hired in Detroit, if I'm not mistaken, Bickerstaff. I would love for the Lakers just at least interview an experienced coach. You know what I'm saying? Rather than JJ Redick coming off the podcast with LeBron, being on First Take and ESPN, being on the commentary table, nonetheless, that was just a funny hire for me. I was like, damn, we went from Phil Jackson years ago to all these coaches in the middle to land at JJ Redick, the one player who I've said time and time again on this show throughout his 15-year career, it was more than multiple times where during the free agency or the trade deadline, JJ Redick was probably supposed to be a Laker years ago. I always said that. And for him to have the head coaching position, congrats for one. That's what I want to start with for this with JJ Redick. Congrats. What a huge leap from going from what I just said, 15 years in the NBA, going into the television business, going into the podcast game with LeBron, being on the commentary table, and to land the Lakers head coaching position, gotta congrats. One of the biggest heists of the century, if you ask me. Now, there was rumors months ago about him possibly getting the job at Charlotte. And I said, still, no coaching experience. 15 years in the NBA, JJ Redick has a very high IQ for basketball, yes. But when I Googled, what Google showed me his coaching experience is coaching his son's youth basketball team. and now you're the head coach of the Lakers. So, yes, as a fan, I'm scratching my head at upper management to how they get to this decision. You had other candidates lined up. So we'll see how it goes, but I do want to start with saying congrats to JJ Redick. That's what I want to start with. Now, let's get into it. Welcome to the land of coaching, JJ Redick. Not only you got to worry about the national media, you got LA media, you got LeBron James, Anthony Davis, coming off 2 straight playoff exits to the Denver Nuggets, which I thought that's what this offseason was going to be about. Yes, the West is getting deep. They're making moves. The Mavericks made moves. We see the Timberwolves coming. You still got to show respect to the Denver Nuggets. So the West is looking pretty good. So I'm thinking, okay, this offseason we got to get some players in. Somehow, some way we got to make this work. LeBron don't got long. AD, I think his patience running thin. Hachimura got to step up, of course, Reeves. But we need to bring in some players and some coaches to get things back on track. And I just don't think we did that at all this offseason. So a tough intro for JJ Redick. Very, very tough. You add in the Bronny James, LeBron James storyline. Oh, man, I can only imagine how many late nights JJ Redick is about to have, even before the season start. Season doesn't start until what, October? Yeah, man, that's a very, very tough intro. But my main question to the higher-ups, how did they get to this? Do I believe LeBron and JJ Redick had this conversation? Absolutely. You got a whole podcast dissecting the game of basketball in a way we haven't seen before on a public platform. That show is great for that. But as soon as that show came on and we saw what they were talking about, questions quickly rose because it was a foregone conclusion. It seemed if they ain't win the title this year with Darvin Ham, he was out the door no matter what. So I was like, JJ Redick, I was like, I get it. You know, Charlotte was looking at him, like I said before. Charlotte, I wouldn't be mad, but still, as a head coach, like you wasn't going to take an assistant position or nothing. I was like, for the Lakers, I said, no, they probably want somebody with some type of experience. Some type of experience. You probably don't got to be a former champion, but you got to have some type of, like, okay, he been bounced around, Nate McMillan. Like, he got a couple people on his staff right now. Scott Brooks, Nate McMillan. I see Greg Street John, who was assistant coach for Vogel when he was the head coach of the Lakers as well. So he's adding people, which is a smart thing, adding coaches to your coaching staff with more experience at the head coach position. But it just continued to show me, like, dang, y'all didn't even get these guys interviews before this. So upper management, you can make the case, are they just trying to please LeBron so he can stay? He done signed the 2-year extension. So is that the play? Is it the play just to have all the tabloids on you from the coaching to the LeBron James, Bronny James storyline to is Anthony Davis happy? Like, you know how the media is going to twist scenarios. And I honestly think the best bet for JJ Redick, I mean, to just calm things down when the season start, at least win like 5 straight. If you could come out and just set the tone early for the first month of the season, I'll be like, all right, cool. As a fan of the Lakers, I'm like, yeah, they're just for the headlines. Because I know by the time the NBA season creep up, I already know Lakers. And we signed up for this. Whether we knew it or not, no matter if you've been a fan of the Lakers since Showtime, Wilt, all of them back in the day, from Wilt to Showtime to Kobe and Shaq to Kobe just going lone wolf to Pau Gasol, Andrew Bynum to the LeBron James era to the dark era of the Lakers, you know what you signed up for when you're a Lakers fan. Do I like to be in the headlines every day? Of course not. Of course not. Between the Lakers and Ohio State season coming up, yeah, I'm about to enjoy the rest of this summer while I can. Because, yeah, it was just head-scratching. I was like, really? JJ Redick, really? We'll see. I'm never going to question nobody that played the game. That's one thing about me. Do I agree with it? Of course not. But he did play the game. We'll see how it turns out. Speaking of the Lakers offseason, to talk about players, D'Angelo Russell, he signed an $18.7 million player option to stay on the team. like I said before, I thought this offseason was about, if anything, trying to beat the Denver Nuggets. I get it. Like I said, the West is looking nice, but damn, we done lost to the Nuggets 2 straight playoffs. At least show me you want to beat the Nuggets. D'Angelo Russell, we know how he disappeared. I wouldn't expect anything more next season, honestly. I think he'll be the same D'Angelo Russell he always been. He's been in the league for a minute now. I think it's safe to say. They signed Max Christie to a 4-year, $32 million deal. Max Christie, I guess they see potential in him. We'll see how it goes. LeBron James, 2-year, $104 million. Some other guys who signed, Jackson Hayes, Cam Reddish. In the draft, we picked up Dalton from Tennessee. I'm guessing they're saying he could be a great spot-up shooter. I didn't really do my research on him. And in the second round, Bronny James from USC, LeBron James' son. Yes, it's a great story. Well, I personally like to see Bronny on another team, of course, but I'm not going to sit here and act like, oh, this player was available. I'm sorry. This player was available in the draft. We should have drafted him. I'm not going to sit here and say I knew any of these players' names in the draft. So we picked up Bronny, cool. The first alley-oop, if it happens, that'll be dope. To see them on the court together, that'll be dope. Just a lot of back and forth when that happened online, on the timelines. It was just like, dog, like. And I think it's something that doesn't get talked about enough. I do feel like sports fans as a whole, including myself, I do feel like at times we don't think about, like, these are still, like, kids. He's, like, 19 years old. So I can say that for this Bronny James situation, but I know me for a fact when Ohio State season come around, if somebody's had, like, a bad game or a bad play, they could be probably 18 years old. And I'd be like, who the hell is this kid on the field? So it's just weird how we just talk about, like, these college kids sometimes. It'd be like, damn, like, bro, I remember when I was 18, 19, what I was doing, and the damn sure wasn't getting ready to go to the NBA, play for one of the most historic organizations in all existence of basketball, the Los Angeles Lakers, in LA, on top of that, with my dad, LeBron James, arguably one of the greatest of all time, as my teammate, and I got his name on the back of my jersey with the junior attached to it. Either way, Bronny James could have got drafted to Charlotte, Detroit, wherever. His name and his expectations are going to be through the roof simply because of who his dad is. My opinion, with that pressure alone, Rich Paul, Bron, I'm sure everybody calculated, Lakers upper management, of course, I would have been like, hey, man, like, the kid already got a lot of pressure on him. His health issues as well. A lot of people forget about that at USC. His health issues, I was like, damn, like, bro, the pressure is already on regardless. No matter what jersey you got on, the pressure is on. But now you're his teammate. I'm guessing it kind of dimmed the light a little bit as well. It's like, yeah, y'all, we drafted him, but he's not – it ain't like they're saying he's going to be in the 7-man rotation or nothing like that. Like, so we got to let it see play out. We got to let it see how it play out. Who knows? The boy might be the second coming of damn Chris Paul or something. Who knows? Who knows? You know what I'm saying? He might have a Linsanity run at some point of the season. Who knows? Of course, with him being a Laker, I'm wishing the best for him, honestly. But at the same time, it adds to the tabloids. It adds to the ESPN, A Block, Fox News, A Block, televised games. Oh, man. The Lakers are Hollywood, and that goes without saying. So, yeah, all in all, JJ Redick, do I agree? No. Am I happy for him? Yes. A lot of pressure. D'Angelo Russell, a lot of pressure. LeBron's at the tail end, but I want to know what Anthony Davis thinking. They getting ready for the Olympics on top of that. Shout out to Team USA. Everything. Bring everything home. Bring gold in everything. You know what I'm saying? Not just basketball, everything. Yeah. It's just a lot of pressure on Lakers. And like I said, it was rumors of them possibly trying to sell the team. Rob Pelinka, I'll be tuned in. But, yeah, it's been one of them head-scratching all seasons for the Lakers and all around for the NBA league, so let's talk about that. Now, to wrap things up, let's talk about some more moves in NBA free agency. A lot of players on the move wearing different jerseys next season. First off, DeJounte Murray. He's leaving Atlanta, going to New Orleans. That was a story I was looking very, very close at this offseason because I did feel like either Trae Young, Murray, or maybe even both were out of Atlanta. DeJounte Murray goes to New Orleans. We'll see how that play out with Zion. Wonder if B.I. Brandon Ingram's going to stay as well. Looking forward to see how that play out. The Boston Celtics, I want to say this, Boston Celtics signed Tatum, 5-year max deal, $314 million. Derek White, 4-year extension, $125 million. I saw a stat that said with all the contracts combined, I believe, of the starting 5 for the Boston Celtics, they're worth over $1 billion. And just to see that grind that Tatum and Brown put in all these years to finally get over that hump, get the monkey off their back, win the championship, it's good to see the organization pay them, show support and love to those two guys, as well as the role players that played a key factor in that championship run. So I got to shout out to Boston on that. I'm a Lakers fan, but got to give credit where credit's due. Miles Bridges leaves the Brooklyn Nets to join the New York Knicks to reunite with his Villanova brothers. That should be a sight to see in Madison Square Garden. Mikal Bridges also, he doesn't miss a game. He has like perfect attendance. If that was applicable in NBA, he has perfect attendance. He always plays with Tibbs as the head coach. I'm sure he's going to love that. Julius Randle's coming back from injury. OG resigned. He's coming back from injury as well. They had to get rid of Harkenstein, but New York looking like one of the teams to pay attention to in the East next season. Miles Bridges returns to the league, signs with Charlotte, 3-year deal. DeMar DeRozan leaves Chicago Bulls to join Sacramento. A lot of people figured he would return to California. They just thought it would be with the Lakers. And like I said, the Lakers, if the goal was to beat Denver, DeMar DeRozan was right there for the pickup. That didn't happen. Joined Sacramento to join Sabonis and Fox. Looking forward to see how that play out. Alex Caruso also leaves Chicago Bulls. He joins the OKC Thunder. Klay Thompson signed and trade with Golden State to join the Dallas Mavericks. Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, Draymond Green, Steve Kerr. The dynasty is officially over, in my opinion. It's over with. If they win another one, but without Klay there, it's like, dang, like that run is over. Since what, 2015, when they won the first title? Yep. Splash Brothers broken up. I think a lot of people saw it coming within the past couple of years since they won since they won the 2022 championship. People saw it coming. Like if it was Draymond or Klay, because we knew Steph wasn't going nowhere. Turns out to be Klay, but they showed love. They sending him to another dynamic duo, Luka and Kyrie, who made the finals this year. As long as Klay can knock down shots when it's time to knock down shots, he has free will now. You got Kyrie and Luka. So I wonder if he's going to have like a staring in the mirror type of moment, like when he see Luka and Kyrie doing their thing. You know, just thinking about, dang, me and Steph used to get going like that. The whole Golden State thing after their championship in 2022, I think Jordan Poole not showing up the next season really, and then him leaving, I think because that was their future plans, I want to say. Andrew Wiggins been having his issues as well. So that whole Golden State dynasty documentary would be exciting to see moving forward. Plus, you add all the other stuff with KD. But, man, Klay Thompson, it's hard to see Klay go. You know what I'm saying? I know he got a deep connection with the Bay Area and everything, but I think he's going to fit in very, very well with Dallas. Like I said, they showed love sending him to Dallas. Would love for the Lakers to somehow, some way grab him as well, but that didn't happen. KCP leaving the Denver Nuggets, going to Orlando. In Detroit, Cade Cunningham signed a 5-year extension, and they also picked up Tobias Harris from the Philadelphia 76ers. Buddy Hield signed a trade with the Philadelphia 76ers to go to the Golden State Warriors. So they pick up Buddy Hield. Buddy Hield, another guy who I feel like a few times I said, well, maybe the Lakers will get him. Maybe the Lakers won't. The Lakers didn't get Buddy Hield. He goes to Golden State. Also, we got Paul George leaving the Clippers, going to the Philadelphia 76ers. So the Sixers, we got Tyrese Maxey, Joel Embiid. Now you add Paul George to the mix. On paper, looks good, but in reality, injuries. Embiid definitely got to get better. Tyrese Maxey shows he's a young star ready to go. Paul George, can he fit in the puzzle, make it work? We'll see how it play out. That was very intriguing. That was very, very intriguing to see Paul George go to Philly. We'll see how it goes. Like I said, it does look good on paper, but it doesn't scare me right now. You know what I'm saying? It's not scary right now. We'll see heading into, like, I ain't going to say Christmas. I'm going to say Christmas a little bit after Christmas. You know what I'm saying? We'll see how it play out. And finally, Chris Paul leaves Golden State to join San Antonio, join Wemby. I did think Spurs were trying to make a play for Trae Young. I was hearing that rumor a lot, but they got Chris Paul. Can't be mad at that veteran leadership. But Wemby has stated he's ready to win now. I was like, I get it. You know what I'm saying? I get it. You're a dominant kid, but that's really not how the league works. You know what I'm saying? Just because you're ready don't mean your team is ready. So curious to see how Chris Paul, with Pop as the head coach as well, that should be a very, very interesting learning experience for Wemby. So we'll see how it goes. You know, so far that's the moves I got for free agency. We'll see how they play out. All in all, Lakers, yeah, been tough already. Then you got college football coming up soon. That's going to lead into the NFL season. They're going to lead into the NBA season. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. Wrestling news, a lot of things happen at Money in the Bank. I'll talk more about that in a couple of weeks when I talk about SummerSlam. That's coming up in about less than a month now, if I'm not mistaken, August 3rd. So, yeah, things to look forward to, but do not forget, no episode next week. No episode next week. I'll catch y'all the Tuesday afterwards. All in all, thank y'all for tuning in. This has been episode 255 of Stash House Podcast. Go out, enjoy your week. If you're working, keep getting that bag. If you're on vacation, stay safe. Be mindful of your surroundings. Everybody, like I said, it's hot. Drink plenty of water. Eat plenty of fruit. Stay hydrated. Stay cool in the AC as much as you can. And just all around, man, stay prayed up. Stay prayed up. Keep me in your prayers. I'll do the same for y'all, man. Salute.